Oh, hello everyone, and welcome to Triforce Live. Sorry we're a little bit late. Pflax refuses to join the Discord channel until I've joined, and because we're doing this live, I'm actually in the studio. So Pyrian was like, "Oh, I guess we're not doing it today."
You didn't explain why I do that.
Why do you do that?
We've spoken about this previously, so let's get this podcast off to a great start.
Me and Flax have moved in together. We're in the same room right now.
It's crazy, isn't it?
With our desks facing each other.
It's the evolution of the shitty
Hey,
background.
Sips, how's it going over there? You get over there?
Up? Yeah. Hey.
So the reason is that if I join the channel and me and Sips are hanging out in here for 15 minutes waiting for your late ass to walk 2 feet across the square to your house.
That's the tidied up version of your background as well, Pflax. Normally it's worse than this. You got to clear
Why aren't you commenting on Sips's background?
Well, Sips is
Don't
got
comment on my background.
3 children, 2 of which are younger. You know, yours are off going around Camden Market doing shopping for makeup. It's a very different experience for Sips.
Look,
you know,
I've got all kinds of stuff. Look, where am I meant to store my Snorlax? Huh? Just what am I?
Where is he meant to
chuck
store
him out
his
the window?
Snorlax?
Where, you know?
My garage is a dumping
framed
ground.
picture of VHS.
Some of that stuff behind me is mine, but most of it is not.
Huh?
Oh, that's nice.
Copy of a book I was recommended that wasted a great deal of money. Thank you,
Great deal of money. How much did you spend on that? About the same as a pint.
20 quid?
You did.
For a hardback?
Anyway, it's a good book. I've enjoyed it. I finished all 7 of them now. I'm going to go and see him live as well in Cardiff.
I'm going to see him live.
He's doing a live.
I loved your books.
That's what I'm going to be.
Yeah, I don't give a goddamn. He's going to be like that. What if he's like in his 80s and wrote these books?
I don't know. He's like one of us. He's one of us, I think. He's got a beard and he's played video games all of his life.
Is this like do you want me to come with you? Is this like your Ghostface Killer?
Like my mum.
You want me to accompany you?
Well,
and just act bewildered the whole time. What's going on? Who is this?
Look, it's nice to show moral support to your friends that you haven't seen for a while. So maybe you could fly over. Yeah, you're gonna come to. You gonna fly over soon? Because you haven't seen some of the people here.
I think so. Yeah, I'm going to Spain in November for a weekend as well to meet up with some Canadians.
Oh,
which is the first time in a long ass time that I've seen any of them, but also first time in a long time that I've actually traveled. We're just kind of getting to the point now where maybe travel is possible again. Now that my youngest has started school and stuff. It's a little bit easier.
Yeah.
I say a little bit. It is a little bit, but she's still small.
The slope softens and you get your life back.
A little bit, yeah. So, yeah. I'm
Not
going
for
to
me.
Madrid, Spain. Madrid, Spain. Have you ever been?
No, I haven't.
Well,
is it
I have.
Canadian tourist destination? Why are they going to Spain?
Some of my friends are going to. Some of my Canadian friends are going to see, of all things, an NFL football game in Madrid, Spain.
That is crazy.
Normally, they would go to the U.S. to watch an NFL football game, but with things being as they are, they don't want to go to the U.S. to watch an NFL football game, so they're going to go to Spain instead.
That's great.
I felt like I've been to Madrid and I've been to a few bits of Spain, but Madrid and Barcelona are the 2 biggies. The difference is that Barcelona is kind of cool, but a bit grimy and a bit sort of got some edges. Madrid is like much more crisp and clean and businesslike. That's how, as a tourist level, that's how it felt to me.
Okay.
Great Goya exhibitions we saw there in Madrid. Fantastic.
Goya.
Oh,
Goya. So we're live, and as a result, we are slightly more unhinged. So that means we prepared something, right? Pflax, you prepared some.
Yes, I prepared something for you. It's about UFOs.
Now, obviously, we did that. Me and Simon did a bit of UFO stuff on Peculiar Portions recently. I didn't say that to you, but if we
were talking about this, talking about this
checking my WhatsApp. You said, "Wait, where's the message?" I said. So first of all, Sip said that he was hoping that he was going to be raptured.
This is where the conversation about UFO abductions came off the back of the rapture that was meant to happen yesterday.
He was hoping you won't have to do this podcast.
As far as I know, nobody got raptured. So
that's a shame.
Well, maybe there's a better chance of them getting abducted by aliens.
Probably. They said that it was going to happen at 11:36 or something like that.
Yeah.
And when it didn't, they were like, well, it's a very gradual process. I love the way they just
queue.
they didn't say that at the
You
start.
you got a vape, Flax. You could have put a pair of sneakers on the floor of your room and then had some vape smoke coming out of them. Shit, I've been raptured. I'm gone.
Sorry, honey, I've been raptured.
I'm looking.
I don't need dinner. I think there's food in heaven. Just disappeared.
Oh man.
But then I said the topic for tomorrow is UFO abduction stories. How does that sound? And Sips posted a GIF of himself being raptured or someone being raptured. And
I love
Moose
the idea of
sounds
the rapture.
brilliant.
I love that somebody could maybe, do you ever hear about the couple that faked their death in a canoeing accident and then just went to live in South America or whatever?
Yes, was it Spain or somewhere? And then they got spotted, didn't they?
They got spotted, yeah, somehow.
I thought it was just the husband that feigned his death so that his wife got the life insurance, and then they just went and lived together in Spain.
It's funny. I often think of that, not because I want to do it, but I just think it's so comical. But also, it'd be funny, like if somebody, staged their own rapture.
He was the only guy.
And everybody believed it.
Raptured, yeah.
He's just living in Spain or South America somewhere, just having fun.
Wearing a big fake mustache.
Left his old life behind. Yeah. Yeah, Kayak Man. Something
Man,
like that. Yeah. It was.
All right, so let's start off with Project Blue Book. Have you ever heard of Project Blue Book?
Yeah, Project Blue Book gets mentioned in the Twin Peaks universe a lot.
It does,
Yeah, it was basically what they think is the U.S. government's UFO project or ongoing project, and it's all classified information, and it's in Project Blue Book. They were investigating UFO arrivals and abductions and any sort of evidence there was relating to UFOs was in Project Blue Book. But
it was a real thing. It wasn't like a myth or anything like that. Sorry, let me move my microphone somewhere a little closer. Maybe you can hear me better. It was the systematic study of UFOs from 1952 till 1969 when they wrapped it up.
Yeah.
And the summary was that no UFO was reported, investigated, and evaluated by the Air Force was ever an indication of a threat to national security, because that was their big concern, was national security. There was no evidence there was no evidence found, full stop. They didn't find a single thing. But this didn't stop a lot of people from claiming that they'd seen them. But even
for a second though, was this actually talking about extraterrestrials, or was this just Cold War UFOs in their original sense, which was Russians, spy planes and stuff?
No. So number 3, there was, for example, the third of their conclusions was no evidence indicating the sightings categorized as unidentified were extraterrestrial vehicles.
I mean, UFOs as a term didn't start off with aliens, though, did it? It started off with as an official term to describe things that were, probably a foreign power, not necessarily like aliens, right? But I think nowadays when we say UFOs, welcome. Now I've got an equally busy warehouse in my background. Thank you, TJ. But do you know what I mean? Now, when you say that it was a government thing to check out UFOs, they weren't actually looking for aliens in 1959, right?
Yes, they literally were.
They
were trying to decide whether they were extraterrestrial.
Okay. They were in addition to really dangly grey guys that are always smoking doobs.
I mean, the third conclusion was that there's nothing extraterrestrial about anything that is unidentified. So I think the main thing was they weren't saying we're looking for aliens. I think they were looking, is this a threat to national security, which is this some kind of military technology we're unaware of? Failing that, let's find out what the hell these things could be. And in conclusion, is there any chance that any of this stuff is extraterrestrial? And their conclusion was no. I'm pretty sure that's the point of it. So it did have something to do with aliens. They didn't sort of just think.
I always thought aliens were used as a kind of fun cover. Almost like the US government.
Of them, no?
I read this whole thing about it, and I felt like the gist of it was that the US government didn't necessarily see a downside in having the local population believe in UFOs, because it kind of helped cover up sightings of their sort of testing their new jets and their new rockets and things like this, right? So it was a convenient excuse that they didn't think was harmful, because I think back in the day they thought, oh, a load of crackpots, it's not going to do anything. They didn't quite realize now how many crackpots there are and how crackpot ideas can actually spread around and become like globally recognized ideas,
Are they though? Like, all this stuff seems to come out of the US only. Like, you never hear about it anywhere else.
It's true.
They're obsessed with it and obsessed with all the other weird shit that you always seem to hear about. But like, I always thought the British people were really eccentric, and in some ways they are, but like the US take the cake every time. Like, I don't know how they manage, but they just...
Oh shit, I just got raptured.
He's gone.
Oh, how about that?
Congratulations.
Oh, wow, it happened.
Good.
Shit, I'm sorry, lad.
It's like Christmas. You got chosen. Oh shit, he's gone.
I'm sorry. I'm up here in heaven now. I got raptured, but it wasn't aliens.
How do you feel? I've seen a lot of people make their like rapture TikToks and saying like, this will be my last TikTok. And the funny thing is, they start off and they're like kind of like a little bit like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna, but the message quickly shifts like during the TikTok as they get towards the end, that they're kind of like, maybe if you prayed hard enough, you'd be up here with me.
They're very gloaty.
They're very gloaty.
I said, if you didn't get raptured, maybe you're doing it wrong. Maybe you got to change your game plan up a little bit.
Indeed.
It's not being a good enough Christian.
Ah, shit! I got
Try
deraptured.
harder.
Oh,
he's back.
Oh, you shouldn't have said that thing about them being gloaty.
No,
that's it. You got too close to the truth, so they sent you back.
They watched some of the old streams as well. They were like, wrong guy, send him back.
It could have been aliens though. They could have been picking you up and like they gave you a little taste, and they thought, ooh, don't like this one. Yeah. He's gone.
Maybe.
He's weird.
They licked my bald head and they were like, not this one. What if you could stay in heaven, but everybody was into licking bald heads? I'm not sure I could stand it.
Really?
No. Yeah, it'd be a bit fucking weird. Talking to Albert Einstein and he's like licking my head. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mr. Einstein, can I ask you a question about the theory of relativity? He's just like, yes, but first I must lick your head.
You got to pay.
I want to get back.
Is it like a consistent licking? Like it's hard for him to speak.
Everyone does it. That's just the thing. That's the culture of heaven.
It was a different
time. Or is it
time.
like more of a greeting? Like
then.
you just one lick and then you're done. You can just crack on.
Yeah, I think. Come on, like it's Albert Einstein. I'd let him lick my head. People were different back then. They had different ideals, didn't they?
Yeah, but now they're in heaven. So if you think about it, there has to be
having your head licked by a horse. You ever seen his tongue in that picture when he's sticking his tongue? It's massive. He's got like a
big
tongue. Yeah, it's huge.
But if you think about it, heaven must have its own cultural norms. Because if you've got people from throughout history there, they're not all going to sit on separate tables at dinner time, are they? They're meant to intermingle, and they're all one within God's realm of heaven. So you're going to have some kind of culture develop where Einstein and Ugg can coexist.
I see.
Where, I'm saying there has to be some kind of culture would form within heaven, including presumably social norms. Because if you just turn up and you're suddenly like, yes, so welcome, brother, sister, come sit and break bread with me, you'd fucking want to kill each other after a week. That's ridiculous.
Do you think
somebody's nice all the time?
Do you think they debate online in heaven?
You reckon they're posting on Reddit from heaven?
Yeah, well,
Lord, the Wi-Fi's gone down again. Oh,
you got to consider that, like, the things that people really like to do in the real world, they're going to expect to be able to do it in heaven too, right?
They got an internet up there.
This is the age-old thing, like, oh, I just want to have sex with everybody, but like, are you allowed to even?
I don't know.
Because is heaven still governed by like all like the
can you get booted out? I mean, they talk about fallen
Bible
angels and stuff, right? Yeah. They talk about fallen angels, so it must be possible to get booted out. And given that you're in heaven, getting booted out would be the worst thing ever.
You can't go to heaven.
Can't go to heaven. Yeah, they don't let you in.
Well,
they're like,
I mean, I'm not even sure.
Don't go murdering anyone, Jack the Ripper.
First of all, I think they're pretty select. Ugg wouldn't go in because he wasn't baptized.
Why not?
Or whatever, right?
He
wasn't saved.
I'm talking about a true vision
He wasn't
of heaven.
saved. Do you know what I mean?
Right, but the point is, God can't be like anyone prior to this point. Sorry, you're all going to hell.
No, he was though. He's like he was drowning them all with the ark. Don't you remember the ark? He was like, I'm sick of all you humans. Kill them all.
Yeah, but that's when they're on Earth. I'm talking about post that. Yeah. There must come a point where
I think in order for you to make it to heaven, you've got to have done something for God. God is not like sensible.
No, what if you just live a good life?
He's a crazy, irrational, jealous cunt.
Right.
If we're
So
honest.
I'm saying that in that case, heaven wouldn't exist at all. It would just all heaven is a dinner party with God,
This
where
is
whatever you
it.
say, he's
This
like,
is
I
what
don't
I'm
agree
saying.
with that. To hell with you. You'll go back to hell.
I don't
You're going back
exactly.
to hell because you don't like eggs.
Well,
oh, I'm just saying.
no.
I don't like eggs.
I don't
He sends
think
you
that
back to hell.
God has the power to send people to hell. That Satan has to accept them into hell, right?
What?
Like
Where do they go then?
Purgatory. They go into like the middle bit.
So you're telling me? So here's the thing: God is omnipotent.
He wants more souls, right? He feasts on souls.
Who God?
No, Satan.
Maybe they both do.
souls!
I don't think God does. Well, maybe God does. I don't know. God, well, I've never met either of them, so I don't know what makes them tick or how they
Couldn't
work.
comment on it. Not met him.
Don't know.
I think
So let's talk about UFOs, all right? Because we're talking about
harder
God, and
to
that was
pass
just
for a
bit
camel
rapture.
to pass through the eye of a needle than it is for a man to get into heaven or something. It's into their
A
kingdom.
rich
of heaven.
man. A rich man. Yes. You
Yeah.
missed out the whole point
Well,
of
but
that
what
parable.
what does rich mean? You know, does it mean having a?
Well, no, that's how they
having-
get around it.
There's a lot of good people.
That's how they get
who
around
have a
it,
rich
yeah.
life. You know, I would say.
I'll find the article for you. I read this, and this is an explanation for how rich people can be Christian. I'll never be able to find it in time. But basically, it was like, well, what is wealth? You know, maybe it means that wealth of like your mind.
Spirit.
Like it's all kinds of weird stuff like that. But then, like a rich man, like they're saying, oh no, it's actually an eye of a needle. In this point, means a certain part of a castle. And you could pass through it, but maybe not with everything. So you should give some away, but you'd have to give it all away. Like there was this weird justification for it, based on various translations of what the eye of a needle means.
I don't reckon. I mean, maybe even Einstein ain't in heaven. You know what did he do that was so good for God?
Well, right, but I mean, I don't think he was a bad person.
I thought science was bad.
Yeah, his
and
discoveries led to the deaths of millions of people. You know.
Yeah.
He didn't.
He's got to be down. Maybe his soul is highly feastable.
Just saying. And he's got that really long tongue. That's
really
devil.
delicious.
That's dope.
Lunchable.
Lunchable soul. Snackable.
Feastable, lunchable, snackable soul. Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Humanity, apparently, according to this article in the BBC, has been contemplating the possibility of life on other planets for thousands of years. Blah, blah, blah. There was a Greek philosopher around 450 BC.
So that's where we're going back. Is it to 2,500
We're starting with
years
aliens
ago?
way back in the past. You'll find out why.
That's where our alien journey
Historical
starts.
aliens.
It begins. Anaxagoras, or Anaxagoras.
Nice.
It's tentatively suggested that the moon might not be a god, which they thought at the time, and he thought it might be a rock, a bit like the Earth, and he said it might even have life on it. So it says in the BBC article he was promptly sentenced to death for his insubordination.
It's like, this isn't
Not
triangles.
true.
We like triangles here. Like, you're talking about
It is not
weird
true,
stuff.
though. He was, in fact, just forced to retire and sent to somewhere else.
Yeah,
so
the
they sent
Greeks
him
were
away.
kinda chill.
He died of starvation there, so he did
that's not
die.
nice.
But but he didn't.
At
They
least
didn't
he
just say
wasn't
kill that man.
forced to drink hemlock, was he? Like
No, they didn't do any of that.
Like Socrates, I want to say. Or
But he was a clever guy. Like he genuinely thought some pretty cool stuff. In terms of
what
He
else did he
paid the
think?
price for it.
he said he examined the celestial bodies and the fall of meteorites.
Ooh.
He started to think about things like
I like
orbits.
examining
he was
celestial
a very
bodies as well.
proto-astronomer. Hey, well, we will come to that.
Come
Believe
to it
me.
later. Hope so.
We will. So one of the earliest sort of abduction stories. This is. Let me find this one for you. Oh, I don't know if this is the earliest one, but this is certainly one of the earlier ones. This is 1954. There's this woman called Elizabeth Clara, or Clara, Klarer. And she is on this hill in this farm in New England somewhere, I think.
Okay.
And oh no, sorry. This is in Australia. Let me check. The Natal Midlands. Where's that? South Africa. So here we go. Elizabeth Clara was a South African woman who, starting in 1956, publicly claimed to be contacted by aliens multiple times between 1954 and 1963.
Okay.
Her first visitation allegedly occurred when she was 7. And then gradually she built up relationships with the aliens, including the fact that she claimed to have had sex with an alien.
Of all the people on this planet, they chose her.
Yeah.
Just randomly in South Africa, just The moon and the stars aligned, and this was the person that they were gonna make contact with and have sex with as well.
So this is my favorite bit. She goes into the ship. She meets the inhabitants of the ship. This is on a hilltop. She meets them. Okay. And then after meeting inhabitants, she was returned to the hilltop. During the encounter, kisses were exchanged, and this alien, Akon, revealed that Elizabeth was in fact a reincarnated Venusian and long-lost soulmate. Ooh. And he further explained that they occasionally took Earthwomen as partners, as the offspring strengthened their race with an infusion of new blood. So, of course, she has sex with the alien. Like, that's a big thing. And then she claims to have had a baby. She described their lovemaking as, I surrendered in ecstasy to the magic of his lovemaking, our bodies merging in magnetic union as the divine essence of our spirits became one. Now, just bear that in mind. 1954, she's talking about having sex with aliens, okay?
Well, okay. Again, right? There's clues, though, right? Because it's very inspired by a product of sci-fi of the time. About that time, we sort of believed that there could be Martians, people on Mars, or people on Venus.
Venusians, yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Now we know that there aren't, right? Because we've sent probes up and they've had a look and it's just a fucking sulfuric acid nightmare.
No one there.
But people aren't talking these days when they talk about their abduction stories that they were abducted by a Martian or a Venusian, right? They're like, they don't say these things because they're not in the popular consciousness, right?
Right.
So it's kind of almost a telltale thing that it's come from sci-fi or stories or popular culture, right? That's influenced this thing. If an alien says they're from Venus or whatever, we're pretty sure that's not the case. Pretty sure. Like, I don't know, like 95% sure there's no aliens there. It's hard to see. Maybe they've got like really well insulated houses under there, or they're made.
Well, I mean, that's how. If I were to write a story about Venusians, I would, of course. I mean, the Russians did. I think it was the Russians landed an actual probe. They sent it through the atmosphere of Venus.
Yeah,
and you can see all the images. It looks like.
I think it lasted for like 10 minutes or something because it was like
it did last for a while. And
basically putting a probe into like an acid oven. Yeah,
exactly.
The pressure and
incredibly awful atmosphere.
If anything were alive down there, it would be like some crab monster or like a cockroach, and that's not giving you some celestial fucking experience, monster. Is it? You're not having sex with like a crab monster and being like, this was my fucking cracking life, great sex, blew my mind.
What do you go against crab monsters? Crabs
Mr.
are
Pinchy
people.
was the best sex I've ever had.
The pincer.
I especially liked when he was clicking and clacking the whole time. Really turned me on. Never been hornier, in fact.
So there was a guy called Antonio Villas-Boas. While working on his family, this is 1957, in Brazil, his family farm in Brazil, 23-year-old Antonio Villas-Boas claimed to have been abducted by extraterrestrials. He said he saw a large egg-shaped craft with a cupola on top containing a rotating red light. So a giant egg with a big spinning red light on top.
Okay.
The craft landed by extending 3 legs, after which several 5-foot-tall beings disembarked. Antonio tried to escape on his tractor, but the engine died and he continued on foot. He was eventually captured by the beings.
You can run faster than a tractor can drive. I mean, why would you get a tractor? It's so slow.
He's very slowly getting away. Like, chug, 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 chug. He was captured by the beings who wore grey overalls and helmets. He was taken upon the ship. Whereupon they took their helmets off. They had small blue eyes and communicated via a series of animal-like grunts. Once aboard the ship, Antonio was stripped naked and covered in a gel. He was led into a large semicircular room through a doorway adorned with red symbols. He was later able to recall these symbols with perfect clarity. Of course, if you've made something up yourself, probably possible to recall it with clarity. Yeah. The beings took blood samples from his chin before moving into a third room where he was left alone for half an hour. I don't know how he knows it was half an hour. A gas was pumped in which made him nauseous. Then the nausea abated, the doors opened, and a naked female alien of the same species joined him. Antonio recalled that she was very attractive, with platinum blonde hair and red pubic hair. She had a pointed chin and large cat-like eyes. He felt a powerful attraction to her, and they engaged in sex, wherein instead of kissing him, she nipped him on the chin, like a little cat.
Where he'd been, their blood sample had been taken from. Bizarre.
After the act, The woman smiled, patted her belly, and pointed upward before leaving. He was given his clothes back, shown around the ship, and then escorted off.
What does that mean?
I'm
taking your baby to space?
Hey, just had sex with one of ours. Here, do you want to see where we cook our food?
Thanks for the space, baby. Yeah, I love that. Well, thanks for having sex with the alien woman. This is our library.
Formal.
This is the kitchen.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is our washing machine and our dryer here for our space clothes. Yeah, really odd to then give him a tour. You'd start with the tour, wouldn't you? But yeah, really strange. But there are loads of these. Do you know what? Here's another classic one. Sharon Gilbert. She's an author, reporter, and co-host of Skywatch TV, a geopolitics enthusiast and Christian podcaster.
Good
she
Lord.
takes on many roles. In other words, she fucking does it all. This woman's a real virtuoso. On the Jim Bakker show, she discussed her alien encounter. What makes Sharon's story interesting, it's not interesting, just going to ruin that for you, is that it's the opposite of the typical alien encounter. Again, untrue. Most of them start witnessing the spacecraft before seeing the aliens. However, there were no indications or warning signs for Sharon. Her encounter began as a frightening confrontation. While lying in bed, an alien visited her in the form of her husband. Her husband was lying in bed and something disguised as him lifted out of his body. She insisted the creature wanted to have sex with her. The communication between the two was internal. Before she pulled the mask off, she told the creature, Jesus is real. She revealed that it looked like a gargoyle with reptilian features. So, of course, they always want to have sex. It's all about sex with the alien.
They all want to have sex, and they all seem to have like human-like behaviors and traits as well. You never hear somebody say like, "Oh yeah, a craft landed and a hatch opened and just a bunch of really stinky goo came out and just started dripping everywhere and then it left."
And then I had sex with the goo
like that.
I had sex with the goo and then it left.
Yeah,
like 20 chimpanzees came out or something. Like it's always like somebody told me that my favorite conspiracy theory is actually true. And then we had sex. That's it. Every alien encounter story is that, basically.
Oh, I love the idea that she woke up the next morning and her husband was like there in the bed and she was like, did you try and have sex with me last night? And he was like, no.
No.
And she's like,
no, I didn't. I wasn't dressed up as a lizard either. Wait, did you say that or did I?
Exactly. And she's like, well, it must
I'm just filling in the blanks here.
I'm just guessing that,
Are these people, I always wonder if these people are supremely gullible, right? And really just, their brains are they're just a sucker. They just fall for everything and they can't help it and they just believe everything. Or are they a grifter? Right? Are they actually knowingly
it's a bit of both,
making
honestly.
money off of this in some way? And I think it is often in the case of an influencer, it's money,
I just think, like, first of all, how much money can there be in this? Like, genuinely, how much money
I don't think it needs to be much.
I'd love to know.
That's the thing.
But
I don't think it needs to be much.
Claiming they were abducted.
But it doesn't. You'd be surprised how little people would do for it. If they can get a couple of $100 or something on Twitch or whatever or something, they'll do it. Like, these people are, that's usually their second job. They've got a real job, but they're doing this in their spare time. They're hoping to make it big. But it's America, it's a gig economy. You've got to make a little bit. We're making a living right now chatting about it. That's true, Chesterton.
So you're saying you've got a side hustle as someone who's claiming to be abducted by aliens. Yeah.
All you need to do is have one kind of reinforcing thing happen where someone pays you something for it, or someone's like, I totally believe you, and they're impressed with you, or they're like, thank you for telling the truth. Like, all you need is one moment like that to convert someone into this kind of person who has this moment where they're like, damn, I can actually.
So Chesterton says we're making a living chatting about it. I will say this: we don't just do this topic every week.
No.
And those people, that's their whole thing. So every single episode of her podcast
it's not, though, is it?
About God or alien abductions.
Well, she's got a whole broad breadth of conspiracy nonsense that she believes as well.
Right, I'm sure she does. But here's the thing. The audience for that is inherently going to be much smaller. Because most people are going to go, what a load of bollocks. and not listen to it.
At what
laugh
point,
at
though?
it.
That's the interesting thing, though. Like, at what point? Like, how many people listen to a lot of this stuff because they find it entertaining, and how many people listen to it and actually fully believe it? And there's tons of people that fully believe a lot of this
I guess
stuff,
there
which
are.
is
You got a lot of flat
insane.
earthers and stuff.
I also
these
think
days,
there's a lot of excuses for these stories, right? Like in terms of genuine abductions, just that are dressed up to, be some sort of hidden thing, or where people get drugged, or people just taking drugs and having a weird, bad, like psychedelic experience, or a dream. Dreams are very, our brains are very mushy and stupid and shit, and people can believe that dreams are real very easily. And if you're, the brain, it's complicated. It's a kind of mental illness, I imagine, that you have that makes you think that your dreams are real and are convinced that that's the thing. But it seems like a very easy thing to happen. And I think, and that's partly why, again, they're so influenced by the culture of the time. You hear this all the
I'll be
time.
honest with you, Lewis. I think you're 100% right. I also think a lot of the time people probably have a drinking problem and don't want to admit it, and get fucking hammered and have a weird dream and wake up and think, "I got abducted by aliens. That's why I feel so terrible today. That's why all my vodka's gone missing." I think that's probably a lot of the time it's literally
and also,
someone on something.
Yeah. When I said genuine abductions, I meant genuine abductions by other people. Do you know what I mean? That does happen. People get kidnapped. People get taken.
Yeah.
And by other people, by gangs or criminals or whoever, and they get
right.
This does happen.
We're not talking about that though. We're talking about aliens.
No, but I imagine that in the case of, I think some of these stories.
Well, you think some of the real abductions are also fake?
It could be. Well, no, I think that some of the. I don't know. It's complicated. There's.
What about that kid that the family claimed the kid had gone missing and he was in the basement? That happens all the time. The parents are like, "Well, kid's gone missing and he's just in the basement or whatever."
What, they put him in the basement, or he's hiding?
Yeah, no, they were keeping him in the basement and being mean to him and claimed he'd been abducted.
Was that not there was that balloon boy one where they said that the kid?
The balloon boy one where they said the balloon had taken him. Yeah, but
what did Fritzl say about all of his family members that he had in the basement?
They were
what
just
was the excuse
having a
for
good
them
time.
being down there?
Let's find out. Haven't thought about old Fritzl in some time.
Why?
No, me neither.
Don't Google
I
that.
was happy to have not thought about him for some time, and now I'm thinking about him, and I don't know.
Aliens have shit in my pants, says Sign and Sight 1927. Nice.
Nice.
God.
They're always doing that to me too.
Well, I mean, yeah, we've talked about aliens a little bit because I did read a whole book about conspiracies. Like back in the day in Byzantium, they would see things in the sky, but it was actually physical sailing boats. Do you know what I mean? They kind of would, that people would report what they knew, right? They thought, oh, there must be some sort of boat that can fly to the moon, that that a different person in a different country has, whatever. The world was a lot smaller, and so people see what they're expecting to see a lot of the time. If you're expecting to see aliens,
if you like this this stuff about Project Blue Book and the Air Force investigations into all this stuff and whatnot, there's some good tie-in stuff in Twin Peaks. If you've never seen Twin Peaks before, it's more like, it's not so much about aliens, but the same people that are investigating aliens are aware of this sort of like almost like dimensional rift that opens up, and there's some evil pouring into the world, and with the lodges and stuff, and it's kind of cool if you like that.
It's got such a mood. Twin Peaks is such a vibe, right? Like it's slow burning, but it really sort of it's a trip. It's a trip, right? Fantastic. It really is.
It is a trip. Yeah.
It's very slow, but kind of, I don't know, like it's worth a watch. I did enjoy it. Yeah, when you made me watch it all, and I was like, I really got into it.
So, he's still alive.
Who?
Fritzl.
Fritzl, yeah.
He's 90. Now, I want you to look up the prison where he's staying. It's called Garston Abbey. It's a former Benedictine monastery, and now it's a prison. It actually looks quite lovely. This is insane.
He's 90?
He's 90.
Oh, wait. Okay, so last year there was an article on BBC about Joseph Fritzl being moved from a psychiatric unit to a normal prison.
He is 90 years old, just doddering around.
They've ruled
they should keep him in a basement. That would be the ultimate, surely.
Yeah, they ruled that he can move
sense.
to a normal prison. He kept his daughter captive for 24 years in a dungeon he built beneath his home and fathered 7 children.
7 kids. 3 of whom didn't see sunlight until he was found, they busted the place. They'd never seen other people or sunlight. They just lived down. What a terrible fucking
I hate this
awful
whole story so
thing.
much.
Yeah, it's horrible, isn't it? Really rotten.
Awful. Yeah, really.
Yeah. God damn.
Well, now he's in a normal prison, apparently.
And now
at the
he's in
age of
prison.
90.
Yeah. So, Mark H. says he was abducted by aliens. Clearly remembers awakening one night, unable to move anything but his eyes.
Mark Humes.
He saw Mark Humes. He saw flashing lights, heard buzzing sounds, experienced feelings of levitation, and felt electric tingling sensations. Most terrifying were the non-human figures he saw by his bed. Mark believes they were aliens. Later, he underwent hypnosis, which always works, to try to recall exactly what had happened. Under hypnosis, he remembered being whisked through an open window to a large spaceship. He was very frightened when aliens took him into some kind of medical examining room. There, he had sex with one of them. It's always sex with the aliens.
That's their primary way of testing things out. Like,
we came here to fuck all of
Cindy.
you on Earth.
Get Cindy in here to fuck this thing. Let's see what happens.
Cindy.
Yeah, it's every time. It's insane.
Bring in Cindy Bot 4000.
Are there any? Are
Big
most of
metal
these
bazongas.
accounts from? I guess the first one was a South African lady.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see the spread of alien encounters. Where they occur by country, because again,
America.
It's
almost
mostly America,
exclusively
isn't it?
America. Yes.
Yeah.
If you look at the map of UFO sightings, abduction claims, yes, there are some from around the world. There's quite a famous one in China. There's a whole bunch in South America, but it's almost exclusively America.
Right.
Like the USA. They're just.
Who else?
UFOs.
Who else?
Where's
I
all
also
going
wonder,
on? When
Captain
the UFOs turn
Kirk.
up, they're like, look at
Captain
that
Kirk fucked a lot of aliens in Star Trek.
Right.
He was always up there fucking the aliens. So I wonder if Gene Roddenberry was someone who read all these abduction reports. It was like, so the aliens are shaggers. Got it. And Kirk now has to be like, he had stuff to every blue-skinned, green-skinned woman he...
Well, he's the alien,
Yeah.
though. Isn't he?
Yeah, he's-
No, mate.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
normal.
it's-
They're the aliens. Come on.
Sorry. I'm just trying to think who else is... What other terrible criminals are still alive? Do you know what I mean? In prison. There must be tons, right? There must be tons of famous ones.
Dahmer died a long time ago.
I think the son of Sam's probably still
What's
going.
it? The Green... Is it the Green River... Green River Killer? He was like, I think, one of the biggest serial killers, I think, in Washington State.
Rose
He used to
West?
kill prostitutes. I think he... Well, maybe he was given the death penalty. I'm not sure, actually.
Some the Nazi war crime people are still alive.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Bruno Day was a former SS guard at the Stutthof concentration camp. And he is 98, still going. Most of them are dead. Yaroslav Hunka, Waffen-SS veteran. The Huta Panaka massacre, the mass murder of in a Polish village. He's 100, lives in Canada. There's a whole bunch of them knocking about.
I might know.
101. Helmut
Maybe I've
Kistner.
babysat him before.
He would have babysat you. He's 100.
Listen, I'm the babysitter. Nobody babysits me, okay?
Okay.
What a light-hearted podcast. All right, let's carry on with the...
Hey, we were talking about aliens.
Yeah,
so
carry on with the aliens. Go on, give me more.
All right, well,
give me
I'm
more of
out
these
now.
bollocks. You run out.
That's it. Yeah, that was 45 minutes of alien jabber.
That was
I thought
good,
we could talk
dude.
about something else.
We did 45 minutes of alien chat?
Yeah, sorry, brother.
That's pretty
Went
good.
by pretty
Are
quick.
you going to do a lose news today, Lou?
I got
It's
some.
early for
I have-
Lose News. It is early.
It is early.
You got some though. You got some news?
I
Of
got
course you got
some
Lose
news.
News.
Yeah, Sam.
Did you
prepared.
guys hear about this comet that we're going to be able to see next month?
No.
With the naked eye.
Has it got aliens?
usually
Like, how big?
spectacles.
Aliens
How
on
big
it?
is it going to be?
It's going to be visible. Some people think it'll be as bright as the moon.
As big and bright as the moon.
As bright as the moon, not as big. If it was as big as the moon, we're in big trouble. It's going to be as bright as the moon.
That's
For
very
it to be
bright.
as big as the moon, it would have to be extremely big and extremely close. And if that happened, we'd probably be looking at a dinosaur level Chicxulub crater event.
Like a full
What if
moon?
it's not? What if it's not actually a comet? And what if it's a UFO and it comes down here and fucks?
For rapturing.
Ooh.
It's not going to... What do you mean? No, it's going to rapture everyone up onto it. Everyone... That's why I've sent you that Kool-Aid, guys. You need to drink.
Oh, thank
right.
you.
I sent it to all the
That blue.
Yogscast guys.
What's that blue juice that people drink sometimes? You see. I think like RFK has been cited drinking it like on a plane or something. You know, it makes you inside your mouth blue. What is that stuff?
Oh,
it's not Kool-Aid. No, I don't think it's antifreeze.
Gatorade.
No, I can't remember what it's called. It's something. Engine coolant. Yeah, no, it's like some blue juice.
Colloidal silver. Is it that? Is it the colloidal silver?
The Portaloo stuff. Yeah, I think that's it actually, Lewis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it colloidal?
Some
silver?
guy made himself blue drinking it, didn't he? He drank too much.
Jim Leahy.
Randy Bobandy. Jim Leahy. Man, that performance is one of my favorite comic performances.
Me too.
He's so fucking good.
So good. The earlier seasons are even better. Like the whole bit with like Ricky doing something and then Leahy just having a radar for it, you know, like it would just like, you know, Ricky would be like stealing a chocolate bar quietly, and then Leahy would turn up immediately. You know, the car would like hit something and they would spill out of the car. It was just chaos. It was so good.
Julian's always holding like a rum and coke or whatever.
Yeah.
Like there'll be a car crash and he'll just get out stumbling around carrying it. I like the episode with Conky. Do you remember Conky? Look, Julian, it's Conky.
But like the puppet.
Yeah, that puppy found in the swamp.
That's one of the weirder
puppet.
ones.
Yeah, Trailer Park Boys was such a good show. I
love that. I love the episode where Ricky turned his trailer into a hockey rink. You remember that one?
No, I don't. It's been probably
hockey lessons.
15 years since I watched that show. Oh my god, I love that show.
Oh, it's good.
Man, I think
I gotta watch it again. Actually. It's been a
one of
while.
my favorite bits is when he's redecorating the someone's trailer, and it just gets worse and worse. You know, he goes in. He's supposed to install a shelf, but then, you know, he ends up like pulling the water pipes out of the wall, and then everything just completely destroys this place. Yeah. Oh man, I loved it.
I think like the first 3 or 4 seasons, I want to say, were the best. Like you had like in the first 4 seasons, you had the season where they do the driveway in Hash, and you had all the altercations with was it Cyrus?
Yeah.
The rival, and then
I think so. Yeah.
You consistently had the start of the season they were coming out of prison, and the end of the season they'd go back to prison. I don't know if that persists.
Yeah, it always began with them coming out and going back.
There were lots of like little subtle bits that they stuck to in like the in the earlier seasons. It felt like
apparently loads of it was just, you know, unscripted. I think they had some vague idea of how a scene was going to go.
Yeah.
I mean, there was definitely scripted stuff, but sometimes there was a lot of improvisational stuff as well. It's just a brilliant show.
Apparently.
We got a question for you, Sips, from Clayst in chat. In episode 18 of Triforce, this is like 7 years ago, Sips promised he would replant the flowers he ripped up to turf. Pyrian says there is no chance that he will continue his one-man bee genocide. Did Sips replant those flowers?
Turf. I don't even know what you're talking about. What flowers did I
They're gone.
They're
gone.
Have you got any flowers in your garden at all at the moment?
Yeah, we do actually. We got a whole bunch of lavender, and we had a whole bunch of marigolds as well in the summer.
I was walking down the street the other day.
Done now, but...
And we walked past some dahlias, and I said to my partner, I said, "Oh, I think I really like dahlias," and she said to me, "Oh,
why don't you marry one then?"
Yeah, did you sniff it?
She said to me, "Dahlias, dahlias are no good because the bees can't get in them." And I stopped, and I looked at the dahlia, and there was literally a bee on it going into it, and I turned to my partner, and I was like, this was like one of those
what the fuck do you call this then?
Grabs the bee. What do you think this is, huh?
The fuck do you think this is?
It was like a perfectly timed moment. It couldn't have been more like, like immediately. I wish that happened more. You know.
Yeah.
Did you recommend me this book, Lulu?
I don't think
city on
so. No,
Mars.
I think probably some listener or
Someone else
something,
did.
or someone in your.
It's really
community.
this is a funny book.
City on Mars.
This is
Tell me
a
about
city
it.
on Mars. So it's written basically from the perspective of why couldn't we build a city on Mars, and like the actual difficulty and misery of living on another planet, and why we probably could never do it. And it's like it's a really good book. It explains all the incredible difficulties of space travel, and it's all coming from the perspective of yes, it's possible that there'll be some technology in the future that allows for all this, but for the meantime, we have no idea how to overcome all of the many problems that come with us living not on Earth, like anywhere but Earth. It's just going to be a terrible existence, miserable, grinding peasant life on Mars, beyond anything you could really imagine.
I think you have to think about it like you're living in a bunker, right? That's
it's
what
much worse than that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, for one thing, well, because I don't know if you saw that Elon Musk, world's smartest guy, said that he was going to colonize Mars, and his plan was that they were going to turn all the water on Mars. They were going to heat it up and turn it to gas to give Mars an atmosphere. There's a genius idea he came up with. Of course, you couldn't have an atmosphere on Mars because it'll just evaporate into gravity, and it doesn't have a magnetic field as strong as ours. So the solar radiation is just going to strip away any atmosphere, and you're done.
Yeah.
So you're going to get irradiated. There's going to be no atmosphere. You can't grow anything. Any water you find that you could potentially use, you just have to recycle over and over again. There's no new materials there for you to do anything. Everything has to be imported. There's nothing. You can't make plastic. There's no fuel. There's nothing. Just rocks and space. And it's even worse on the moon, because there's zero atmosphere, so it's just like and even getting there is going to be a fucking nightmare. It's just terrible. It's awful. In essence, we're stuck here.
I guess it's like we can't fuck up this planet because there isn't an alternative that's even remotely livable. You know, if you did have a colony there, it would be so dependent on us. But then again, like it's the same with something on the moon. You know, it's not got its own. It's just going to constantly need resources. We've got this incredibly complex economy here of making things. You know, in order to make a chip, you know, it needs millions
what kind
of people. Sorry, a computer chip. Jimmy,
Okay.
imagine you're on Mars though.
Potato chip takes 1 million people to make this potato chip.
You know,
first, someone's got to grow it.
You
got to water that potato. They got to pick it out of the ground and scrub the dirt off it, slice it up real fine, and cook it in oil, and then put it in a bag with some salt. Serve that chip. 1 million people per fry.
My kids still get those bags of potato chips
Potato.
where they have like the little sachet of salt, and you
Salt and
pour the
shake.
salt in, you shake it. Yeah,
I love
still
salt
get
and
them,
shake.
yeah.
I don't know why I like it, because all the salt
that's
ends
a
up
weird
on
one,
one
isn't it?
chip.
Yeah,
You
you
know,
get
with one
really
crisp,
salty one.
covered in salt. It's
Yeah.
like, and then the rest of them have like one bit of salt. But I do like them.
Yeah, the regolith on the moon is bad as well. I don't think the Mars
What's
dust
regolith?
is as bad. Regolith is the name for the sort of moon dust, which is
a layer of loose, unconsolidated material. I think you'll find.
Yeah, it's kind of sharp though. Like it can be it's like asbestos type vibe. Like it's very...
Dust, broken rocks, and other materials. On Earth, regolith is often referred to as soil, but it lacks the organic matter found in terrestrial soil. So regolith on Mars is what soil is like on Earth, but with no organic matter.
Yeah, but it's not good apparently. So you have to be very careful to clean your spacesuits off when you're going out on the surface and stuff like this. Like there's all these pain in the arse things to do, especially if you're on other planets. And obviously, like the lack of an atmosphere is, you know, very very dangerous. So you know,
Wait, Square of Squares says they changed the salt packet color, so they can never find it. I thought it was just a little dark blue.
It's still dark blue. It is still dark blue.
What's this lad talking about?
I don't know.
It's dark blue, isn't it? It's always been dark blue.
It's dark blue. Yeah, you can find it.
We've always been at war with East Asia. What are you talking about?
It's a shame that we're not. I mean, I really enjoyed For All Mankind. I thought it was a great show.
That was good.
Pyrian did like spoil a bunch of it for me.
Mankind.
Did I spoil it?
I think I was like halfway through season 2.
I haven't finished it, so.
And Pyrian was like, "Oh yeah, that guy who does this, or that woman who does this,"
I
and I'm
haven't
like,
watched it at all. What is it?
It opens with a bunch of people in bars across America watching the newscast of
the moon landing.
The moon landing, but the reveal is that it's a Russian astronaut and a woman. Right. And America is thrown into chaos because, first of all, it makes them look terrible that the Russians got there first. Second of all, it makes them look terrible because a woman got there, and women are still, 1960s America was still kind of under the boot a little bit in terms of like what they could do. They weren't, the idea of a woman being a president or a CEO or anything like that was still really unlikely. So it made them look like more progressive, and America suddenly has to catch up. And the space race, instead of ending, America pushes even harder to build the first base on the moon. And then they want to go to Mars, and they want to build space hotels. So it takes the space race and says, if America winning, put a stop to it. Whereas if Russia had won and kept competing, the Soviet Union doesn't collapse. And it's all very, it supposes a lot.
Yeah.
But it's a nice old history show.
Yeah, it's clever. It sort of takes place over like three generations. Well, not three generations, three sort of time periods.
I didn't realize it was like an alternate timeline sort of thing.
I thought it was just how we got to the moon.
That's what I thought it was going to be.
But no, it's quite clever because it re-envisions the sort of all the political landscape as well.
A bit like the Man in the High Castle with the Nazis.
Yeah, with all the sort of space tech.
That was sort of meant to be not an alternate history, but certainly in the novel. I haven't finished the TV show, I must admit. I don't know if it comes up. But the whole point of the novel is that the Nazis didn't win. There's some weird thing where reality has become twisted, and the real version of what actually happened is out there. And there's this film called The Grasshopper Lies Easy or something like that. That is essentially all the post-war newsreel footage of the Allied victory, and this film is like forbidden in Nazi America and Japanese America because they split it down the middle, and it hints at the fact that something has gone wrong and they're trapped in the wrong reality. It's like all classic Philip K. Dick stuff where it's all what is real, and like that was the biggest question, which as I've said before, when you're on as much speed as he was on, what is real is a genuine question you probably ask yourself every day. Yeah,
for sure. I think that it doesn't need that like Deus Ex Machina kind of like, oh, it was all a dream. Like, it doesn't need that.
Which kind of
to be interesting enough, right?
Yeah.
But
Super Mario 2.
I think a lot of places are a bit of a cop out right at the end. It's just what happens. I think sometimes these writers, they get a really cool idea. They just run with it and they have fun with it, and it's a really cool concept, but they've not really got a good idea to tie it up in a neat bow at the end. And I get it. Like, I think that's a good way that's certainly the way Stephen King writes, right? His attitude has always been, I'm just going to fucking go for it and, worry about tying it up at the end, because life and real stories don't always have neat tying up endings,
It would be nice if his books were a little neater, though, because they're like this fucking thick. Most of it is just about people living in Maine. Every single thing that happens in all of his books, barring a handful, happen in Maine.
I honestly 100%
And I think he
agree.
just goes for a drive, and basically things that he sees is like, I'll put that in, that'll make a chapter, and just goes home and boshes it out. It doesn't really make any sense.
That's literally what he does. Yeah, that's his thing. Like,
that plane is landing. That sounds like a landing plane.
Grasshopper Lies Heavy. Oh, that's a lander, baby.
That's a lander. And I think that must be coming in from, I want to say, Spain.
I want to say
I'll check it up. I'll check it up right now.
Istanbul. Yeah.
It's an early flight. It's an early
It's
flight.
a takeoff.
Okay.
It was a takeoff.
It's a takeoff. It's going to Istanbul.
Oh, fuck me, I guess.
It's going to Istanbul.
Wow.
Lewis, didn't you say it was coming from Istanbul?
I did, but...
It's going to. Is that because you looked it up on Flight
No,
Radar
I didn't.
Like a little cheat, really?
TJ, you can confirm. That was just a sheer
guess. It's on
guess.
Flight Radar right now, isn't it? He's got it on his watch.
That was taken off. It was scheduled to take off at 11:20.
What is the most commonly flown route in the world? What is like the most...
All right, I'll look this up. You guys have a guess.
Because what they have like the most flights going out back and forth to. I want number of people, not like small planes.
New York to London has got to be one up there. It's got to be an up there busy route.
No. I reckon it's something like one of these Indonesian ones where it's like Kuala Lumpur to like, or something like this, like two big islands that are near to each other, are both big cities. Like it'd be something like that, right? It must.
All right, so I'll tell you right away. It's Jeju in Korea to Seoul in Korea.
Jeju to
It's
Seoul.
It's a 449 kilometer journey, and in
That's
2021
really
it was flown 17 million seats were flown on that route. So these are internal flights, obviously. So let's look at what is the most commonly flown.
And do you reckon that's because
route.
they don't have a very good like train network? Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like in Japan the Shinkansen's so good that you would just take that instead of the plane. Is it Jeonju? Did you say Jeju? Where the fuck is Jeju?
Hong Kong to Taipei, 6.7 million in 2024. Cairo to Jeddah, 5.4 million in 2024.
Cairo to Jeddah?
Yeah. London to New York,
Where
4
the
million
fuck is
people
Jeddah?
in 2024.
Oh, down there.
It's a lot.
Where's Jeddah? It's in Saudi Arabia.
You could take a boat,
Because
mate.
I think it's not necessarily people who live in New York just going to London for fun. It's I think you get transatlantic and then you transfer, right? Like it's not.
It's because Jeju is an island.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Jeddah?
It is. Jeju's on the little island to the south.
No,
of Korea.
Jeddah.
No,
Jeddah.
Koreans.
Oh, I see. We're talking about the Korean one.
It's
So
an island.
Jeddah,
I was
you
gonna
go
say.
there to get to Mecca. That's
Right.
So it is on
So
a.
it's
It's on an
people doing
island.
the
Seoul to
pilgrimage,
Jeju.
yeah.
Is Jeju like nice, like holiday destination or something? Or
Let's have a look. Jeju Airport is on Jeju Island. Jeju Island it's kind of
kind of off the
shaped
bottom
like,
of
like
South
that.
Korea. Yeah.
It's off the bottom. It's right south, and it was formed by the eruption of a submarine volcano
Fucking hell.
2 million years ago.
It does
It
look
contains
nice.
a natural World Heritage Site, the Jeju Volcanic Island, and lava tubes.
Nice.
So there you go. It's a popular holiday destination, and a sizable portion of the economy relies on tourism. Let's
Okay.
look up Jeju Island pictures.
That's interesting
I'm
that
not
the
going
most
there, but
the
it's
most
very pretty.
busiest route in the world is this internal
I mean, I
route
guess
to a
it's like
tourist
number
place.
one. Like the thing is, if you look at Korea and where it is, their holiday destinations are fairly limited. You'd have to go to Western Russia or Eastern Russia, which doesn't sound very appealing.
No.
China, which doesn't sound very appealing. Japan, which is, not that dissimilar to Korea. And then you're going to have to fly much further south. We can't just pop to Spain on EasyJet like we can. It's quite a haul. So I guess maybe a lot more of Korean tourism is internal.
Yeah, it's weird,
Just a
isn't it?
thought. Yeah. They're kind of sandwiched in. I mean, they could pop to North Korea on holiday, maybe.
That'd be nice.
It's a one-way ticket, but you could go.
Oh, I like how in For All Mankind.
Plane went over and you
by the
guys
way.
missed it because it was teeny tiny.
Just a small one.
It was very little. Yeah.
It's a private
Oh,
jet
it
on
is
its way
absolutely
to
booting it. It is.
Spain.
It's going to fucking Luton Airport.
Nothing beats it.
Private jet. Take me to Luton
No.
Take me to
immediately.
Luton.
Who can afford a private jet but wants to go to Luton?
Oh man! Oh man! Oh man! Oh man! Luton of all places.
Luton. God bless.
Oh,
All right, hit us with some lose news.
all right. Okay. What have we got? We got teenagers Wu and Tang who urinated in a hot pot in a Shanghai restaurant have been fined £230,000. Apparently, this was big news. Back in the
For
back a while
urinating
ago.
in a pot?
There were a couple of teenagers who peed in a hot pot in China, and they became like global pariahs. And everyone, and their
This is
names are Wu and Tang.
No.
Right.
This
No.
is true.
Are they in a clan together?
It's nothing.
Are they in
No, it's unrelated. It's just a coincidence.
Right.
They apparently intentionally did it. It went viral, very viral, and caused
Fuck
huge
the police
amount
was NWA,
of
not
trouble.
the Wu-Tang Clan.
But yeah, they were. It was quite the story. Anyway, they've been fined for it, but
That's a lot of money to get fined for pissing in a hot pot.
Their
They
parents.
took turns standing on a table and filming themselves urinating into a cooking vessel at an eatery in Shanghai. All right, I don't like the term eatery.
Yeah,
Why not?
you've been to Shanghai. You know what it's like there.
I have. I've been there twice.
You just
You don't
said
like
it was
the
just
term eatery?
wall-to-wall
I
buildings.
don't like the term eatery.
It sounds old-fashioned, but I don't hate
It's
it.
annoying. It's just annoying. All right, here we go. Big boy coming over.
It's an A380, and it's landing.
You have to
and it's
talk
coming
when,
in
or else
from,
the noise gate cuts you off.
Oh, the noise gate cuts me off. Sorry. There it is. Can you hear the big boy on his
Yeah.
I
way
can hear
in?
it.
He's coming in.
Is it a big A380?
It is not. It's a
Oh.
Boeing.
It's a Boeing. Ew.
Yeah. So keep an eye out
Ew.
for falling passengers. It's a 777.
Jesus Christ.
It took off 34 minutes late.
Right.
It's going to
Spain.
no,
Shit.
Paris.
no. It's a big plane, so it's going somewhere far away.
At this time of day, it could
Yeah.
be going to it could be going to East Coast US maybe.
A lot of flights to the US start off in the morning for some reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think if it's a Boeing 777, it's going to New York or maybe Washington or maybe it's going
West
to,
Coast.
Oh, West Coast. Wow. Okay. LA.
No.
San
Close.
Francisco.
No. Close.
San Diego.
Yes.
Nice. Oh, I want to be on that plane.
San Diego.
I wanna be on
which
that
means old wooden ship.
Does it?
San
No.
Diego.
That's just from fucking Anchorman. Go on. What's another loose news?
Did you see yesterday that the Department of Homeland Security have started using the Pokemon theme tune to promote
Yes. Yeah.
kidnapping?
Yes.
There is a pretty awful video showing like ICE, cops, border patrol officers, military agents
Blowing
arresting
people's houses up. And
dozens of
arresting
people
them.
and using the theme tune
Saying
from the
they gotta
90s
catch 'em
saying,
all.
gotta
Yeah.
catch them all, yeah.
Pretty fucking disgraceful, hey?
So yeah, the video includes mock-ups of Pokemon cards where people's mugshots are the art. What a life. What a world we live
Nintendo's
in.
has to sue, though, right?
I think
Like,
they have.
it
They've
has
complained.
sued-
but I
It
don't
has
think it's
sued
sued.
people for far less than that.
The
That
thing is, if
That's
you
true.
do,
They're very
Oh,
litigious.
if you do, then you know who is going to say that they're banned, that Nintendo is banned. You know?
Yeah, I'm not planning on
don't
going.
use Nintendo.
I'm not planning on going to
Don't
America.
play Nintendo.
I'm going to go to
I'm
Spain
saying
instead.
don't play Nintendo.
I've always been a Sega guy. Sonic's the one. Mario's garbage. He says he's a plumber. He's not even American. He's foreign. That guy.
Oh, good.
What's the next news?
Related to this Pokemon event, there is the really popular Pokemon TCG Pocket, which I've been playing on my phone for the last year.
Sorry, what?
There's
I'm
a
not aware
game
of it.
called, basically it's the Pokemon trading card game, but it's on phones. It's like one of the most popular phone games there is. You log in every day, you get free
Naturally,
packs.
we don't know anything about
You
it.
get
We're
free
talking to a
packs,
couple
you open
of
the
dads
packs,
here.
and there's Pokemon cards in there.
Oh
And
no, Pokemon! Is it Pokemon?
it is, yeah.
I've heard of Pokemon. It is Pokemon,
It
is it?
is.
And you play it on your
Is it
phone,
fun?
do you?
Is it fun?
Is it fun?
No.
It's not fun. Well, what are you playing it for?
Well,
Holy shit!
Ridiculous.
Oh my god!
It's crack, isn't it? It's cardboard
I
crack.
just got 15 pounds off groceries.
Yeah!
Wow! Oh, thanks Uber Eats. 15 pounds off groceries right there, just like that. Holy shit!
Are you just
What
is
a
that an
great
advert?
day. Wait, this is the beginning of the rapture.
Oh, you're not going to get to use that at 15 pounds.
Yeah, I just got 15 pounds for off groceries, and now
We
I'm gonna
heard.
be raptured. Yeah,
Um,
I'm gonna be raptured.
So basically, the Pokemon trading card game Pocket are doing a real life event space where you can walk through some Pokemon cards in life size. So it's going to be an art gallery of life size Pokemon cards. Barry, let's get him some tickets because he'd love this. You can walk around. It's in Rome, in Italy, and it's going to be
Right.
the Pokemon Pocket Trading Card Pocket Plaza.
Why did you put it in Rome? Rome's a city of like ancient history and beauty and culture, and now you're sticking a fucking you can walk through a Pokemon card.
Oh,
what have we come to?
But then it's
no
coming...
one's going to be in 1,000 years. No one's going to be looking at this. We should be building things for future people.
It's
just like
after
the people
Rome,
built stuff in the past.
It's coming to Westfield, London.
Oh, of course it is. What a load of wank.
3rd of October, and then in Madrid. Sips, do you want to go and see Pokemon cards when you're on holiday?
When is it going to be in Madrid?
10th of October.
Maybe? Oh, I'm not going to be there.
Oh, that's a shame.
Not gonna be
Reschedule the whole trip. You wouldn't want to miss this.
So yeah, and there's going to be...
I'm thinking about it. I don't really want to miss it.
There's all sorts of this garbage. There's a Pokemon pop-up shop at the Natural History Museum happening. People go crazy for this. One of these Korean chains opened up in Cabot Circus, and they did like 100... a giveaway for first 100 people get a free corn dog or Korean corn dog or whatever. It was rammed. There was like queuing round the whole place. It was absolutely.
They should do a Labubu instead. They should have a.
If they do like a pop up of this stuff, it's
Labubu.
It's out of control. It's just so crazy.
I think I've spoken before about the Star Wars virtual reality experience that I did at Westfield.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Which was terrible. All this pop-up stuff.
You said you loved it.
No, I didn't. It was awful. It was hysterically bad. Like we were laughing the whole time at how shit it was.
So
it was really, really bizarre.
Do you remember Fire?
Oh, so sorry, Ms. Cupcakes, who we know,
Sophie.
of course. How different would Conclave have been if they had Stanley Tucci walking through the Pokemon experience? That's true. It would have been very different. When is it going to be at the Vatican? And the Pope can bless
Conclave.
He's American. They love Pokemon.
Enjoyed that. Yes, he plays. Can you imagine the Pope like getting his phone out and playing a bit of Pikachu?
The Pokemon.
I got a Pikachu.
Pokemon. Yeah.
Well, he's got Pope Leo, hasn't he? Pope Leo.
Got to bless them all.
God bless them. God damn it. So, Fire Festival. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fire with a what?
This is the big scam one, right? That never went ahead.
Fire Festival brand went up for sale on eBay.
They said they were doing a second one.
Yeah, I thought they were doing a second one.
Have they already canned it?
I think it might be canned. But they're basically putting the brand up on eBay.
For a tenner?
And guess how much it went for?
£10,000.
$245,000.
Right.
And guess who bought it?
Elon Musk.
LimeWire.
What? No.
I know.
Fucking hell.
LimeWire.
This is this fucking stupid world we live in. It's
First
crazy.
of all, is LimeWire still a thing?
Yeah, I guess so. Well, at least it's $245,000 worth of thing.
Second of all, how did LimeWire make any money? Because
I
it was
don't
free.
even know. We live in a fucked up world, don't we, with this stupid shit.
I didn't even think LimeWire was a place where you needed people to work, because all it is a torrenting platform where you can exchange.
I don't
even think it's still going. Is LimeWire still going?
LimeWire was was when Napster was shut down.
It was the Wild West. Everything you downloaded was just dog shit. It was so bad. I did get some good music off LimeWire. I didn't have Napster. Never used Napster.
You never had Napster. I had Napster for a bit, and then I think I used LimeWire or something.
Oh, God. Sorry.
Frostwire. Never heard of Frostwire.
Oh, it's like the... blah. Right.
I guarantee you, LimeWire, if we look it up, it'll be a company that has 400 employees somehow. I'm going to look them up right now. LimeWire.
Maybe it's just a company that
still going. It's still going.
Maybe it doesn't actually make money. It just gets given money.
Oh, it's end-to-end encrypted AI-powered file sharing platform. What a load of shit.
God, AI, frightening. Frightening words. So we've got another 15 minutes. All right, and because we're doing this live, it would be nice to interact with people live. So if you want to ask us a question in chat, now's the time, and we'll do a little what's it called? Mailbag live.
LimeWire is now an NFT service.
Oh, those
they
words
just used the name.
Make my bile rise.
I know. So it's just a load of absolute shit.
Someone CB Zombies wants to say Wheels was here. Amazing, you did it. Barons Bruce says, Sips and News, do either of you still play WoW? I've been watching.
I haven't played WoW in years, but I'm gonna play it this year when the player housing stuff.
Well,
comes out.
WoW is this weird thing that is, as I'm sure ex-WoW players know, it's always there. It's like ex users know what the heroin feels like, and they kind of want it, but they know it's bad for them, and so it does have like this kind of. When we pick up WoW again, we realize why we quit, because the game's pretty dated. Honestly, walking around, the way you interact, the way you move around, it feels pretty pretty old.
Yeah, notice how big everything is in that game. Like it's like none of it was designed for people to use it. Like every room, every staircase, like everything is massive. Like it's huge. It's like a giant world, but you're just like little mice running around in it or something.
Yeah, and it does feel like the FOMO is such a powerful aspect of it now, and they built all these very Skinner box type mechanics in which make you feel like you're missing out, and you have to keep logging in, and they do everything because of the way it's built with the subscription service. All they care about is getting you to resubscribe, and they make you they hook into a lot of your desires with. Wanting to complete things, wanting to achieve things, wanting to collect things, and they dangle that carrot just out of reach,
And if you let me build and decorate my own house in it, I'm there for all of it. I'll do it.
You know what I mean? And so I don't know.
Collect the stuff.
Like I think it's one of these games which is never quite satisfying, sadly. And I think that
it's never done. Yeah,
it took me a long time to realize that it was poison and toxic, and so I don't really want to play WoW anymore. Partly because also like I don't really have chums like that I want to play it with. I think then again like we talked about this a lot. Like if you've got a little group of friends and you want to play the friend slop games for an afternoon, it's good. It's just an excuse to hang out with friends, right? But I feel like
Friend
WoW is
slop. Is
WoW
that
like games like
for
Peak
example?
and stuff like that. Repo.
Next question. What we got?
Hate Friends.
Star Trek: The Next Generation favorite episode. Yummy Pasta 1231.
Joe, I was tempted to start watching Star Trek: The Next Generation the other day. It was on. I think all the seasons are on one of the streaming services.
I have some Star Trek Next Generation related news that you have just reminded me of.
Oh yeah.
I can't tell you what my favorite episode is, but the ones I don't like are all the ones where they go back to like 1930s Chicago and.
You like those?
I don't like.
Oh,
those.
you don't? No, they're direct trouble.
Or when
episodes
Picard goes into the holodeck and does like a full poetry recital for like an episode. I hate those ones.
So here's my Star Trek related news. Marina Sirtis, Deanna Troi, lives in Twickenham.
Yes.
And goes to the same gym as one of Mrs. F's friends. So I was like, can you get me a picture with Deanna Troi somehow?
Why don't you get down there to the gym? Get yourself...
Because that's a little creepy.
Get yourself working out. Creepy. Start lifting.
Man, do you think she works out in her Starfleet uniform? That would be
No, because as we know, when her and Bev Crusher work out, they wear a special new slinky body outfit. Do you remember the aerobics episode?
Think she'd make an exception just for you, though, Flax, if you went down?
She is in her 70s now, bless her. So
that was my sexual awakening. Yeah. So God, I love that.
Huge fan. Huge fan.
I kind of like Beverly Crusher as well. Like she's great.
She's great. Fantastic.
Yeah. I don't know what she
very
looks like
stern looking.
Yeah,
almost like a stern, but in a way that she's not stern like for the bit. Do you know what I mean? Like she's not like femdom stern where she's just putting it on and she's actually cool. She just seems unapproachably stern.
She's professional.
Yeah, she's
very
professionally stern. Yeah. I mean, she's quite sweet to Jean-Luc occasionally. I always think, why doesn't he just fucking get on with it? Just fucking shag Beverly and be a nice couple. Instead, he's always like, Beverly, I've got captain stuff to do.
They're stuck on the ship together for so long, like you can't.
Get it on. If it doesn't work out, they're professional.
Maybe he just revels in the sexual tension, Maybe he wants to just have like non-stop all the time sexual tension. He doesn't want to break it.
It's got to be worse. I mean, I watched an episode the other day where Picard is abducted, and they put a phony captain in his place who's like a completely terrible captain.
Yeah, like a bizarro version of himself.
Yeah, he's like singing and buying everyone drinks in the bar. He shags Beverly. And when Captain Picard comes back, she's just kind of like looking at him a bit different. She's not like, oh my God. I've been sexually assaulted by an alien posing as Captain Picard. This changed my relationship completely. She's just like, gosh, that was an interesting night, wasn't it, Jean-Luc?
You've got that look on your face like my alter ego fucked you.
Exactly. It was so weird. It was so weird.
Oh man.
Right.
Yeah,
what are these?
Next
questions?
Generation was quite perverted.
Well, that was when Roddenberry was the main guy. It did persist after he left, but Gene Problemberry, when he died, the show improved massively. I'm actually going to be doing. I suppose
Do you
I may
remember
as well.
that episode where
never mind.
where the Enterprise like blows up, but they're like stuck in a loop? I think it's because
Kelsey Grammer comes out of a hole in space. And it almost
keeps repeating itself.
The number three, over and over.
There are some real great episodes. Yeah,
that was a good one.
I'll tell you guys, me and Ben are going to be starting a new podcast. We're recording the first episode tomorrow.
What?
And we're going to watch Star Trek Next Generation from the beginning, from episode 1 all the way through, and comment on, like, each episode will be one episode of Next Gen that we have watched, and we'll talk about how much we hate it.
Sounds great.
I don't know about the name. I was thinking Star Trek: The Flaxed Veneration, but that doesn't really make any sense. So we'll have to come up with something good.
I like that. It's stupid enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. It's not really very Googleable, but that's fine.
No. And my other podcast idea that I'm thinking about it, but I don't know if we could actually do it, would be that we get, like, the whole idea of the podcast is that I have a guest on the show, and I have to get them to recommend the next guest on the show, and it has to be someone who they think other people will know, like a famous person or someone that is known for something. We gradually try and work up through the levels of fame.
Oh my god, you could get Deanna Troy on. You could do it like that Tom Hanks thing where, like, Dead Eyes, that podcast. Remember that, where he got rejected for Brother Brothers because Tom Hanks said he had dead eyes, and so he went on this whole crusade to speak
that's right.
Tom Hanks to find out whether he did have dead eyes or not.
Yeah.
It sort of freaked him out.
That was brilliant. That was
brilliant. Podcast. Yeah.
But I thought that would be quite funny. To boldly go, but Ben isn't bold, so it doesn't make sense.
Oh, that works
it's
so
a
well.
Thing.
That works so well.
Yes, but it doesn't make sense because Ben's not bold.
To boldly go, it works so good. Ben's coming. He's going to be bald soon. Let's be honest. Look at him. He's Dan.
Ben's hair is in fine
He's
fettle.
got a lot of hair. He's a hairy man.
Goes fast. Look at Sips. You know,
get rid of Ben. We cannot get rid of Ben.
It goes before you know it. It's gone. You know.
Get Boba.
She's
not bold.
She
shaved her head. There's a difference.
But that's a choice, though. You choose to become bald. I see this on r/bald a lot. I don't know why I'm subscribed to the subreddit r/bald. No reason.
There's an r/bald subreddit?
But routinely you get people, almost every day, there's like a couple of posts of some guy who's got terrible long hair.
I finally did it.
Exactly. Yeah. And he's like, I finally took the plunge. And everyone in the comments is like, you look so much better. Great job. God, yeah. It's
that's good. Yeah.
So no.
I say, you know what? It's nice. I have spoken to a lot of, when I'm at Dota events and stuff, a lot of the talent comes up to me and says, what do you think? Should I shave my head? And they see me as like the bald advisor, the member of the bald council. And my boy Shane is occasionally present as well, and we'll discuss the matter with them and discuss whether they should shave their head and stuff.
There's a bunch of baldies actually there, isn't it?
There are now. There's a bunch, yeah. But that's when I started. There were no other.
It must be the Dota brain, you know, the hot brain.
It's just age. They're all getting older now. It's just lads in their mid-30s and stuff. They'll come up to me and be like looking for advice about going bald. What do you think? Was my head a weird shape? That kind of thing. But my friend Lyrical, who's a brilliant caster, he's one of the top casters. I must have been drunk at a party or something, and I went up to him and said, "Don't think you're fooling me. I can see what's going on here. You should shave that shit off." And then he did. So I actually bullied him into shaving his head, and he is now bald.
Nice.
I had no memory of being that horrible to him. It was awful.
I think terrible. It's about Star Trek, right? At a certain point in your life, you move from being Will Riker to being Jean-Luc Picard, right? And when you're ready to make that transition to elder statesman, then that's the time to take the plunge. So yeah.
Do you think being bald makes you look like an elder statesman?
It kind of does, yeah. It gives you like an air of
gravitas,
sophistication.
an authority.
Yeah.
It's a sign of wisdom. It's like having a long
sign
white
of
beard.
failure.
Instead of
It's
having
a
a long
sign
white
of
beard
failure.
now, because that's comical. And if you have a long white beard, you're like some tree worshipping, hippie who lives in a caravan and eats grass.
Somebody's telling me that Riker apparently had like chronic back pain. The actor.
That's why he does the weird sitting.
He doesn't ever
stands
sit
a lot.
properly. Stands a lot or sits funny. Yeah.
He had some
Yeah,
back
apparently
issue.
true.
Yeah, which makes sense. But yeah, it's definitely a vibe. I think a lot of people have rocked the bald over the years, and I think it's a safe bet for a good look. I rarely see a bald person. I think, oh, that doesn't work. It doesn't work on you. But you see a lot
shave your head then, mate.
See a lot of people
Shave your
with
head
their
then,
hair
bud.
like
What's
disappearing
the
back.
alternative though? Like once you've lost your hair, you can't just. I mean, I guess you could wear a wig or something, but like some.
Oh
people,
shit! The elephant in the room, Sips.
You just get used to it. I suppose. You get used to seeing the person bald, but then you yourself would be used to being bald.
This isn't an intervention for you. We're not talking around you. We forgot that your hair looks great. We like you as you are. You don't need to go bald.
Thanks.
This is not. You don't need to be posting on our social board. You look fantastic, Sips.
I'm not. I was gonna take the plunge, but now that you've said that, I guess I don't need to.
We weren't like. I completely forgot that you were here.
Next bit of loose news.
I don't think there's any more. Sam only did them 3.
Sam only did them 3.
We were actually on questions, not lose news. We were taking questions from.
Because Sam's from Essex, so I speak like he does a bit. That's all I got. Nothing else.
I ain't got no loose news.
That was 4 things as well. That was good.
Can I tell you guys quickly before we go? I watched the last episode of that Stranded on Honeymoon Island that was on BBC One, and apparently it didn't get very good views, and it's not coming back.
Really? Stranded on Honeymoon Island.
It was really something else.
Yeah.
Have I worn wigs? No, I would never wear a wig. Why would I wear a wig? Other than like for fun. In fact, I think I had a wig knocking about.
It's not coming back. It's done.
I must have thrown it out.
No more Stranded on Honeymoon Island. No. And you know what? Like wigs are always an option if you've shaved your head. You could you could do all sorts with them.
No, they're not.
You could be.
It's not an option. You can't wear a wig. What are you talking about?
CJ's just put a big sign up saying wrap up time. We are painfully aware that this podcast is sort of sputtering, and it's almost like we can handle about an hour and a half of each other a week.
You want to do the ads live as well or no?
There is probably one, but I'd probably have to do it. I'll do it separately.
We could do it, and then you just don't use it.
No, we'll do it. I'll do it myself.
What's the point then? Only do it if we're going to use it.
You guys, honestly, the ads are so much better when you guys do them. Any more
Our
chats?
sponsor this week is Gaviscon. Gaviscon.
Wow, size
double
of that.
action mint. Yeah, it's a
God,
500 available in 500 ml bottle.
Like a gallon
it looks
of
like a fucking innocent smoothie.
Oh my god.
Also sponsored by Rennie, which is available.
Jeez, you have a lot of heartburn. You should probably.
You ever had
and Imodium.
You ever had the orange Rennies?
No.
Oh my god, they fizz up like crazy in your mouth. I don't know what they put in them, but like the normal Rennies, you chew them up and you swallow them. It's fine. The orange ones like fizz up. It's like they expand, like the foam expands in your mouth. It's crazy. Yeah.
Shout out to the lovely Midnight Queen who just wrote in chat. Before the stream ends, I wanted you all to know the Yogscast has been a major part of my life since primary school when I finished uni 3 years ago. Thanks for making my days better. Oh man, like there's some nice messages in chat. Thank you for watching this live.
Thanks.
Before we go, are there any other things you guys want to let us know?
Any other business
Get it out
before we
there.
end this meeting? Any other business?
No,
very well. We'll circulate the minutes later on this week.
I think all my home renovations are going to be done this weekend.
You've been saying that for about 2 years.
Exactly.
No, it's going to like official. I think Sunday is like the last day. That's the last thing that needs
and your
to be
house is finally done.
Yeah.
Wow, it's a lot of work, isn't it? I'm excited. I'm getting a house soon, and it's going to be absolutely.
I got to think of something new to do because I'm going to miss all these guys.
Are you
around all the time?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get an opportunity to have like manly chats with people.
What's your best tip for like finding a good person to do work on your place?
Get recommended one.
Get recommended one, right?
Yeah.
The work's already been done. The hard work's already been done by people out there who've had stuff done.
Ask
ask around.
Ask around for recommendations, or like if you see somebody like a neighbor having some work done and there's like a sign outside, just go knock on the door and just say, oh, are they actually any good or whatever, and get a recommendation that way.
All right, and if they go
but
like
don't just
phone book
or phone
A1 builders, yeah, don't do that.
What if they got like 50 good Google reviews or something like that?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
matter.
No, you can
gotta be
fake those
personal
easily now.
Yeah,
get a personal review from somebody. All the best tradesmen I've had have all come from people recommending them.
There you go. Well, if you're doing work in the Bristol area, let me know.
No, that's the opposite of what we're talking about.
There are a lot of people.
If you've had work done in the Bristol area and you have any recommendations, there you go. I did it. That's what I'm saying. And if you're a fan, I don't want you coming to my house. There we go. Cool.
I did have an avocado delivery by a fan.
Did you? That's
he knows exactly what I get every week.
And where you live.
15 gallons of Gaviscon? That's a bit much.
You should see someone about that. Oh, two large tubs of lube.
Lube and Gaviscon? Yeah, that's all you need, mate. That's all.
Only 2. Can I stop this audio now? Are we done?
We are stopping. So thanks everyone for listening to this stupid live.
Cheers.
Triforce.
I'm stopping.
After all these years. All right. Bye.
Okay.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.